everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is I, your girl Sandra Peachy MW, coming back to you with another video. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you really want to support this channel, honey, press that big join button right next to the subscribe button down below. And in today's video, we will be talking about the cost of living in Malawi. As we all know, I moved to Malawi in December, and now I want to share with you the cost of living in this country if you are interested into, like, if you're looking into moving here. And yeah, that is what this video is about. So if you are into all of that, I'll see you on the flip side. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, first and foremost, Malawi is a landlocked country in Southern Africa. It is quite small, 2 times the size of Costa Rica. Actually, we have a population of about 18 million people, and yeah, living here is very affordable. Let me say, it is one of the poorest countries, so most of the stuff go according to the people's income. So a lot of the things are very much affordable. But here's the twist. Okay, there's a twist to this. It's not just that things are affordable. Things are very affordable, but to find money in Malawi is very, very difficult. It is a difficult job to find money in Malawi. So it's not like in Costa Rica where things are extremely expensive, but you can find a $10 in an hour. You can find, like, you know, $100 in a day. You can't do that in Malawi. Hell no, you cannot do that in Malawi. Finding money is very hard. But if we put that aside, you have a stable income, you have good money coming into your bank account, the ka-ching ching ching, then Malawi is quite the place to be. So let's talk about housing. Housing is quite affordable. Right now I live in a 4-bedroom house, which I pay 120,000 kwacha for. So that's 120,000 kwacha for a month. That is around okay, I'm going to be putting the equivalents in dollars on the screen. So 120,000 kwacha, but I pay for it for every 3 months, not just 1 month. You have to pay for 3 months in advance. This is the house that I live with my family with. So yeah, the house is very much affordable, because I know a small apartment out there can cost you about $300, can cost you about $400. That's like a really tiny studio apartment. But if you are talking about a legit house, 4-bedroom house, then honey, the prices I'm talking right now are a dream. You cannot ever find a house like that. So yeah, if you want an apartment, if you want a fully furnished apartment, you can go to Pamudzi houses, which they offer for a fully furnished house for around 400,000 kwacha, or an empty house for about 300,000 kwacha. But that's quite expensive. You don't need to do that. You don't need to go through that. Okay, you don't need to go through that. But that's if you want like an apartment sort of setup. If you want a flat, you could get a flat for about 200,000 kwacha to about 300,000 kwacha, depending on the type of flat that you want. But flats range around that price. I want to move into a flat. I'd really love to like get a 2-bedroom flat, but that's when I have more stable income coming through, because currently I don't make as much as I'd like to be making, so I can't afford it. But I'd love to move into a flat. So that's housing. So housing also, the prices depend on where you live. My 4-bedroom house is in Chilobwe, which is why it's this affordable. Chilobwe is a ghetto in Malawi. But if you want to live in the suburbs, Sunnyside, I don't know, Namiwawa and stuff like that, then you have to, you know, you can't get a 4-bedroom house at 120,000 kwacha. It's impossible. So the location also counts, the type of house counts, but around those ranges are the ranges that Malawi will offer you. Now if we talk about things such as transportation, right now a liter of petrol goes around 800 and 900 kwacha. So if you have a car, think about that. That's a liter of petrol. And I know there's been a lot of strikes in the country currently because of the increase in price, because it was at 600 at some point, but now it's at 800 kwacha. So there were some strikes people were upset somewhere somehow. But if you're like poor Sandra here who doesn't have I don't have a car, I do not have a car, so I use public transport or I use a cab. So a cab from where I live to town would cost me about 4,000 kwacha, and if you know the person you can get it for less. But I use public transport, which is called a minibus. Now a minibus, sweetheart, okay, is 500 kwacha going into town. Currently 500 kwacha because of the COVID-19 situation. We sit 2-2 in a row, so it's 500 kwacha. If you're sitting 3-3, then it's 400 kwacha to town from Jirobwe. I don't know how much it costs from other places. So I commute to work. I work 6 days in a week, and so I need 1,000 kwacha to go and come back to work. So in a month I need about roughly 30,000 kwacha for my transportation to and back. That's to and back from work. I'm not counting my leisure trips, that's me going anywhere else that is outside of work. So if I'm going to be counting that, that means I'll need to save maybe another 30,000 so that I can be safe. So that's on my off days and stuff like that, when I'm using cabs and stuff like that. So I'd save 30,000. So it's about 60,000 kwacha for your transportation in Malawi if you're using public transport such as minibuses. Per month, that is. And then if we talk about things such as food, if you're going to be eating home, I suggest to be eating home. So food, if you eat home, is very affordable because you can go to the market and get fresh fruits and vegetables at the farmers market for a very affordable price. I just recently came from Lilongwe and I bought it along the villages. So these are farmer communities which sell their produce, and they sell it for very much affordable. I bought about 5 kgs of tomatoes, about 3 kgs of onions, and I bought maybe 10 kgs of potatoes and green peppers. I bought like 5 green peppers, and I bought like 2 kgs of carrots, like a whole lot of groceries for less than 10,000 kwacha. I even bought like 3 kgs of mango, so that's less than 10,000 kwacha, which is less than $10. Okay, note. So food and vegetables, if you could save up 100,000 kwacha for that, I think for a single person that is quite a lot, because at my house we are 10 people, so that's a whole family, right? That's why I'm saying about 100,000 kwacha. So there you can buy your meats. A chicken costs about 3,000 kwacha, like a live chicken, a live white chicken, because there's like the local ones and the English ones. So a live English one is about 3,000 kwacha. If you're lucky, you can get it about 2,000 something. So you can have like buy a couple of chickens like for 10,000, like buy 5 chickens, let's say, kill them, keep them in the fridge. Your meat costs you about 3,000, 2,000 depending on the type of meat you're buying per kg. So, and guys, note, I'm talking about the market. I'm not talking about ShopRite. I'm not talking about Pick and Pay. I'm not talking about those fancy things. Those ones are expensive. I don't touch them. I don't even know how much things cost there. So at the market, these are prices of the local market, okay, the farmers market. The beautiful thing about Malawi is that we eat what we call nsima. So you can buy your bags of maize, like 5 bags. Okay, at home we had about 5 or 7 bags of maize, which we bought around 70,000 kwacha, and that lasted us the whole year. Family of 10, the whole year. Okay, so think about that. So if you're an individual person, you can buy your own like 50 kg bag, and it'll last you a long time. Trust me, a really long time. And if you don't use electricity, you could buy yourself a bag of charcoal, which costs about 8,000 kwacha, and use your mbawla. So now going to utilities, that's like the amount that I talked about is for food, right? Going to utilities, okay. Electricity, we use in a month about 15,000 kwacha electricity. So we buy prepaid electricity, so that's about 200 units which we use, but we use it for lighting and the geyser. We don't use it for cooking. We only use it for cooking if there is an emergency, like someone is up really early and needs to prepare something really early in the morning, or someone wants to fry an egg late at night, then you can use the electric stove, but we don't really use it like that. So yeah, so 15,000 kwacha for electricity works. And then the water, depending on how you use it, but in Malawi, because there's always a lot of water cuttage, like they cut water a lot, so because of that we pay not as much because water doesn't come out as much, so it's about 6,000 kwacha per month for water. Yeah, what else do I need? Leisure. Honestly, honey, it's up to you. If you drink, you need a little bit more ka-ching ching ching. I don't know how much drinks cost, but I don't drink, so I don't spend that much on drinks, you know what I mean? I drink 1 or 2 virgin mojitos or a rock shandy, and that's it. But I don't drink, so I don't need that much for leisure. So if you go out clubbing, to go into the club at the time that I used to go to the club, which is like 5 years ago, since lockdown I haven't been to a club, so it was 1,000 kwacha to enter by the door, and then the rest you figure it out when you're inside. So clubbing and nightlife are like that. So going to fancy places and stuff like that is usually free, and then it will depend on the place that you're going. But I would suggest to save up. I mean, like, if you don't drink, 50,000 kwacha is enough for me for leisure activities. Okay, so yeah. So moving on to like self-care, clothes and stuff like that, I think that will honestly depend on the individual, because sis is broke. I thrift. I don't buy new clothes, so very much affordable. Like for 10,000 kwacha I have a whole bag of new clothes. But if you are like trying to get your nails done, trying to buy new heels and stuff like that, then sis, I can help you. I really can't help you, because I don't know, I haven't experienced that life. Wait for me to reach those levels, and then I'll get back to you. But oh, another thing that we could talk about is data or internet. So if you work on the internet like me and you use data bundles, don't do it. It's a scam. Don't do it. Using data bundles and working on the internet, that's like YouTube, Zoom meetings, all that jazz. If you work on the internet, get yourself Wi-Fi, okay? Wi-Fi will cost you about between 20,000 and 60,000 depending on the type of bundles, I mean the Wi-Fi package that you want to get. But it's more affordable if you work on the internet to get Wi-Fi than to use data bundles. Now note, if you don't use the internet as much as I do, then you can use data bundles. Then it is so affordable, because you can buy like a WhatsApp bundle 1 GB for 1 week for 1,000. You can buy your 1 GB for 1 week for about 1,800, and you can buy your Facebook for 1,000. So for like 5,000 for a week, you are sorted on your internet. So that means it's like 20,000 a month if you use it wisely. But if you are a heavy internet user, trust me, get Wi-Fi. Like I've been in both worlds, okay? I came here, I got Wi-Fi, and all things were good. I've spent about 40,000 kwacha on my Wi-Fi, and then my Wi-Fi finished and I was broke and I couldn't renew it. But then I had to like use my internet, but that was more money than if I had purchased my Wi-Fi. But it's only that I was using it in smaller packages. I don't know if you get it. I was paying small, and so, but if you add up all the amount I used that month on the bundles, it's way more than if I had saved up that money and got Wi-Fi. But you know, I had to be connected every day, so that was a struggle. So that's it on the basic things that you need, cost of living in Malawi. I hope this video helped you out. If you are looking into like moving to Malawi and you are wondering about the cost of living, I hope I enlightened you. I gave you like a few enlightenment and yeah, I hope it was helpful. I love you guys so much. Living in Malawi for the past 2 months has been quite an adventure, and I hope that it continues to be something good. And yeah, Malawi has been good to me despite the COVID situation, but it's generally been good. So I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.